I think it's safe to say that over the last month of my life, I have not been the person that I'm supposed to be. I have been out of it creatively, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and it's just not been a good last month for me. And if you guys have been following me on these little sit-down videos, you know that the reason I started these sit-down videos is because of this journey I've been going through. And today, it's going to start to change. I am finally making the decision to really put effort into actually changing these things instead of just talking about them on this channel. So today we're going to talk about how to get yourself out of a rut and what I'm doing to get myself out of the rut that I'm in. So let's get to it. The first thing I'm doing is a small win every single day. This is something that needs to be done for dopamine levels, for proving to yourself that you can still be productive, can still do things that are hard, and still do good things for yourself. So one small win every day. What does that look like for me, and what does that look like for just anybody in general? For me, that looks like posting one time a day somewhere, whether that be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, because my main goal in life is this kind of thing right here. So of course, something that I need to do every day for my small win is to make a post on social media. Also, another small win is to eat healthy every day. Another small win is to ride my bike. I like biking. I don't know if you guys know that about me. I like biking. So one small win for me is going out at night and taking a bike ride, not listening to music, just being with my own thoughts. That's a small win for the day. But taking these small wins for the day can really start to change how you view yourself, how your brain views you, and all of those sort of things are incredibly important. So one small win is the first thing that I'm going to do to break myself out of this creative rut. A way to do this creatively is also something like create a project, whether that be whatever your space. If it's a graphic design, you create a new graphic. If it's InDesign, you do a new video motion, which is something that's important to me. You create a short film, or you record something throughout the day. That's another thing that I've considered doing, is just getting one nice aesthetic clip, filmed, color graded, and all that sort of stuff, just because I love film. I bought this nicer camera that I'm using for a reason. It's time to start putting use towards it. So one small win per day. The next thing is to change your input. This goes back to the first video that I made in this little series of me talking you guys through the journey that I'm going through about my creative slump being caused by way overconsumption. Overconsumption is something that a lot of people in our society suffer from these days. It's really easy to, with 15-second micro clips on TikTok of just literal straight brain rot, the 6'7" meme, the 41 meme, Gen Alpha, whatever is going on, it's so easy to be overconsumed by that. Scrolling TikTok and seeing a sad post and allowing that to actually make you feel sad, and scrolling on social media and seeing a motivating post and actually letting that be motivating to you does a lot. And you need to control what you see and how it affects you. You should not see one sad post on TikTok when you're scrolling late at night, get sad, and end up ruining your entire day. That's not how consumption is supposed to work. So what you need to do to get out of this rut, what I'm doing to get out of this rut, is setting limits on my consumption and consuming only good things for my brain. I'm no longer consuming TikTok scrolling late at night that's gonna make me sad. I have kind of shifted my For You page recently to be positive things. I see film project ideas, I see motivating content stuff, I see go chase your dream kind of videos. All that sort of stuff is what my page is now. I consume podcasts over sad music when I'm driving. I have a very, very big problem of listening to music that is sad. It's not that I'm sad in life. I'm really not. I'm going through a couple things creatively right now that you guys know about. But overall, I'm a relatively happy person. But that doesn't mean, and I am a happy person, but I still love to listen to sad music. And honestly, sad music is not okay for you. You shouldn't be listening to sad music about breaking up with somebody when you're in a perfectly healthy relationship. That's not a good combo. So I'm starting to work on my car consumption as well when it comes to podcasts. One of my favorite podcasts is the 505 Creator Podcast. It talks about being a creator, how to be a young entrepreneur online, and how to take your personal brand that I'm building currently and turning it into a business that I want to do later down the road. That kind of stuff relates to me, and if I consume that more than I consume Alexander Stewart, it's gonna be good, I promise. So fix your consumption, and you can also start to get yourself out of that rut. The third thing you need to do is to lower your expectations. Not everything that you execute on has to be perfect. A couple of my personal friends in life know exactly about this. I recently took a trip to Chattanooga that you guys saw in my shorts if you watched those. If not, I recently took a trip to Chattanooga over fall break in college after midterms to disconnect, check out some waterfalls, all that fun sort of stuff, right? And I filmed part of that trip on this camera, and I tried my best to color grade it after. And I learned that I have a ridiculous amount of stuff to learn when it comes to video editing. I can do the basics, I can edit my YouTube videos to be halfway decent, but I cannot color grade and I cannot make aesthetic videos very well. That is still something I'm working on actively. Now, that's not bad on me, but I just have to learn to lower my standards and be okay with just putting something out there instead of it being a perfectly curated, aesthetically perfect, rule of thirds in every single shot kind of video, because I'm not there yet. So I'm having to learn to lower my expectations, to humble myself and be okay with that. The podcast I work for, I do a podcast, I run their social media. Not a huge thing I talk about here because it's not incredibly important for what I do, but I do that. Not every single short and video that I edit for this podcast is going to perform perfectly, right? But I can't allow that to affect me. I have to be okay to post a video, post this exact video, and then already be focusing on the next video instead of dwelling in the statistics of this video. So lower your expectations, whether it be online, whether it be in your creative flow, whether it be in school. You don't have to focus on your grades as much as you think you do. And all of that sort of stuff, when you begin to lower your expectations, is the third way that you can really start to elevate yourself and not be drowning so much in your own thoughts and start to get out of the rut that you're stuck in. The fourth and final thing I'm going to talk about is reconnecting with yourself, figuring out why you're doing what you do every day. Why you get out of bed is going to really change how you walk through your entire life. If you can figure out all the goals that you want to achieve, if you can take a couple hours to sit and write down everything that you want to achieve in life and actually write this down, that's important to write your goals down instead of just thinking about them. So when you write down your goals and you know that you want to achieve this level of income, you break that down on the same piece of paper, how you're going to get to that goal, and you get a lot more clarity about how you're going to do things. For example, I want to start making $5,000 a month at some point in my life. That seems very small, but for me, that's a huge milestone at my current, age of 19 situation, right? So if I know that I want to get to $5,000 a month, I know that I have to do certain things on a checklist to get to that number. It's a certain amount of views on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. It's a certain amount of brand sponsorships per month and all that sort of stuff. So I know what to work for. I know what to work towards. And when you do that, it's easier to get out of bed and push yourself towards your goals every single day. So that is the 4 things that I'm starting to implement to get myself out of this rut. We're going to see how it goes. I'll be updating you guys a lot on here. This has been an amazing outlet for me, just getting on here and talking to a camera, connecting with you guys, because I know that a bunch of us go through the same thing very consistently. Creatives like me, or just college students like me in general. College can be hard, life can be hard, and having someone online to listen to and that kind of understands what you're going through in your own little way can be very helpful. I know that when I was in one of the worst points of my life at like 15, 16 years old, having this one influencer that I could look up to and watch all the time that kind of had a similar situation to me was amazing. So that's what I am trying to kind of be for you guys, just somebody that understands the college life, because I'm going through it, and somebody to relate to. And if you are in a rut, let's go at this together. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know that you're starting today with me, and let's go after it together. Let's improve ourselves, and let's get through college in one piece. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.